Hey up everybody, how we doing? Thumbs up to you. Hope you're all well. Hope you're all good. Now I'm filming this on a bank holiday Monday, and it is 7:30 in the morning. So I've just had a cup of coffee. I've had some breakfast, so I'm okay. I'm awake, kind of. But it is a little bit dark. It's a little bit overcast. Obviously, bank holiday Monday. It's bound to be a bit overcast, isn't it? Um, but yeah, we're all good. Yeah, today I want to be talking about adapting your budget. Now, as we all know, being frugal, being thrifty, you need to keep a budget. That is basically your lifeline. I mean, I keep a budget planner, I keep a nice book, so I know exactly what's going in and going out. Now, other people just write it on a piece of paper, use apps. That's fine. I've used apps before, brilliant. But I like to see what's going on, and you can easily change things. I just like having something as a hard copy there, so I can change it. Now I know as I get into the summer months, as many of you do, that it becomes more expensive. You're going out more, going more places, uh, having more people around. It just becomes more expensive as you get into the summer, which is great. Well, not great about it getting more expensive, but you know what I mean. It means you're doing more stuff, you're enjoying yourself, but obviously you've got to pay for it. Now, what I tend to do at the beginning of every year is put on my calendar roughly what's going to be happening, because life happens, and things change. But if you've got a basic idea of what is going on, write it on that calendar, and then it makes doing your budget so much easier if you know what's going to be around the corner. Now, I tend to do that at the beginning of the year, and then I write it on my separate calendars in my book of those certain things what I'm going to be doing. Now, for the first few months of the year, my budget is pretty basic. I mean, the first month I do a no spend, second month I do a low spend. Getting to March, it's pretty much the same, not much is going on. Once I get into April, I do start spending a little bit more, start getting seeds and things like that. Sometimes I buy seeds for my garden at Christmas time, depends if it's any good deals. But I know as I get into, especially into May and definitely into June, that I do have to adapt my budget because I start doing more stuff. Now, with my budget, I keep it very simple because I'm a very simple guy in many ways. Excuse me. So nice and simple, so I can easily tweak it. Now, when I tweak my budget, if I don't use that money that I've put to one side there, that's great. Anything extra goes straight into my savings account, and that is with not just adapting it when I do a normal budget as well. Anything left goes straight into the account. Now, as many of you know as well, I keep an emergency fund as well because, like I say, life happens, things change, and if you all of a sudden you're unstuck and you haven't got the money there for that budget because something's happened, having an emergency fund is an absolute godsend. Now, getting an emergency fund, it can be hard work. I mean, it is hard work. Once you've got that in place, it's definitely a great lifeline there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got my savings account there, I've got a budget buffer, but I've worked hard to do that, and yeah, I'm okay in case anything happens. Now, I've just been redoing my budget. I'm not going to show you in depth there because I don't want. I show everybody stuff, but I don't want everybody knowing exactly what I do and how much is going in. I like to keep some things private. But I've just been doing my budget for June, and also I've had to write in there what I'm doing for my birthday because I'm going to Comic Con in Nottingham, and then the day after that for a week I'm going to Chapel St Leonard's just by the east coast for a week, me and Millie, and then I've got a couple of things planned towards the end of the month, and I'll be going out a bit more. So I've upped obviously my food budget slightly because I'll be wanting to take some food on holiday with me, so I don't have to spend so much. And also I've done a holiday budget in here as well, which I'll talk more about when I do the holiday video. But I've worked out how much roughly I want to, well, not want to spend, but how much I've allocated myself to spend every day. Now, by taking food and certain items with me, it's going to save me a lot more money. So obviously by doing that, I've had to alter my food budget, so I've upped that. I don't think I will use that much because I do have quite a lot left, so it might be alright, but that just goes in savings, that's fine. I have upped my travel expenses on there because I'll be getting buses more, because obviously I don't drive. But at the minute, until the end of June, all buses are £2 to any destination, so that's brilliant. That's going to save me a lot of money. And also I'm taking Millie on the bus as well, which will be interesting because she's never been on a bus. So tune in to the holiday video when I do that, because that could be very, very interesting. Now, keeping other things the same, like the money I allocate for electric and water, that never changes. Doesn't really change. It doesn't really change. Now, when I come into the winter months with my electric, because I do a pay-as-you-go prepayment meter, I'll just call it pay-as-you-go, I do up it slightly. Now, at the minute, I'm putting £25 a week in. Now, I'm not using £25 a week. I'm probably using about £18, £19, £20 a week. But I've got that in there building up, so when I get into winter, I've got a little bit of a stash there just to help me out. Now, I changed that. I think I was doing 45, but I don't know if I do 35. We'll see. Once I get into the winter months, I will change that to 45. See how we go, if I have to go lower or higher or whatever. Depending on the electric, because it's all up in the air at the moment, isn't it? And that's why you have to adapt your budget as well, because obviously when you get towards the end of the year, you've got Christmas, you've got New Year, parties, presents, you name it. We all know this, and it's a very expensive time of the year. I tend to put a bit to one side throughout the year for Christmas. Now, I don't spend a lot of Christmas. I'm sorry I'm talking about Christmas so soon. But it's there anyway. Now, with any budget, we all do it our own way. Now, what works for me will probably not work for you. So, learn from this, learn from other people, and go it your own way. And that's the best way of learning. And you learn from your mistakes. I've made mistakes. I've done stuff in my budget, and I've really cocked it up. I'm not going to lie to you. I've really cocked it up, and I thought, oh God, what am I going to do now? And I've had to dip into my emergency fund to sort it out. We're not perfect. We'll do what we can, and sometimes we make mistakes. That's part of being human. So there you go, guys. That's all I can really talk about, really. So I hope you all have a lovely summertime. Enjoy it frugally, and I'll see you again next week. If you like what you see, please leave a like. Please subscribe, it's absolutely free. Please comment, it tickles the algorithms and it helps this channel grow. So see you soon, guys. Bye bye.